This is really interesting. I use the example from Thomas Aquinas in his Summa Theologica of the arrow aiming at the target. Side part: the etymology of sin is actually a target that hits an arrow that hits its target. So if you can imagine, um, a purpose, an aim. You are heading towards an aim, right? Imagine a archer that fires an arrow at a target, all right? And obviously the one is that's being propelled through the air is the arrow, right? Well, if the arrow, say the arrow becomes aware, becomes self conscious, and looks and sees the target and sees, here, I'm about to hit the target. But then they look back at the archer, and what they discover from the archer is a malevolent gaze, this sadistic kind of smile. All of a sudden, what the arrow can realize is that where it's aiming and where it's heading is what is satisfying to that malevolent entity. All of a sudden, hitting the target isn't a moral good. It could be the most atrocious of actions. Hello and welcome to HD Philosophy Plays Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I have been waiting so long to play my favorite RPG, the one that defined my childhood. But unfortunately, they didn't make Chrono Trigger, so here I am playing my second favorite RPG, Final Fantasy VII. Now, as you can imagine, since I actually played the original and I am a 90s kid, I have a lot of thoughts about this game already. But I have avoided all the spoilers, even the opening to the game itself, so that we can experience this together. Like I said, I do have some thoughts about it already. One thing I want to point out is I truly believe without Sephiroth, and Sephiroth was my favorite character of all of the bunch. Without Sephiroth, I don't even think like I'd idolize this guy right here, Darth Vader. I actually really fell for Star Wars much later on in my youth. I was like 16 or 17. The prequels came out, and I really loved the Anakin striving for power type of thing, and that strife for power is what inevitably was his downfall. And I don't think without Sephiroth and Sephiroth's impact on me when I was younger, that would have been a thing. So we'll probably get deeper into that as we analyze the eco-terrorists of Avalanche, the capitalists that are Shinra, and then the biblical corpus or the religious aspect of what is Sephiroth and what he represents with Genova, shorthand for Jehovah, and the things of that nature. Now, one thing I want to get into before we jump into the game, I'm really interested to see here what they do. Like, we fought Sephiroth towards the end of the first game. And while I loved that fight and everything that went, everything that included, one thing I was really worried about was like, oh, where do we go from here? Like, the original Final Fantasy VII, we didn't fight Sephiroth. He didn't grace us with his presence to fight us till well later. So I'm like, where are they going to go from here? I really hope they don't try to like introduce like a Snoke or something like that, like a new baddie having to bring back Palpatine. Obviously, I'm talking about the fact that Rey beat Kylo in episode 1, and they were flailing to try to figure out what to do after that. This guy right here, Luke didn't stand a chance against him until the third episode, This is the greatness that is Darth Vader. So I'm really interested to see where they go from here as far as the big baddie. But here we go. Another episodes of playing along. I will experience everything of this game along with you folks. For those who are interested in listening to some professor of philosophy talk about these games and enjoy these games. But here we go. I might have to like adjust my video. Really depends. But like I said, I've been avoiding all spoilers, so I don't even know what this opening looks like. Oh, we just start the game. Okay. Well, in that case, I have to actually get it ready on my monitor. All right, so it seems like we have a line down there. Oh no, it's gone. Okay, actually that looks good. A little bit more on the audio. Hopefully I don't get any feedback. All right, well, let's play. Yep, brand new game, and of course the iconic Buster Sword. Sure, check. Let's see, is there any reward eligibility? Leviathan summoning material. Wow, okay. Ramu as well, huh? Let's just go with the default for now. Now let's play it in here, because if I put it in the controller, then you folks may not hear it. Let's keep it to normal. Not everything needs to be Dark Souls. And let's keep it to active, just like we did before. Oh, here we are. Yep. Oh my God. We're back. Back in this world. Sephiroth.
I'm waiting, Cloud.
I'm here on the Midgar Expressway. The scene is indescribable. Countless buildings have been leveled, and part of the road has collapsed. The smoke rising from the rubble is reminiscent of a funeral pyre. Of course, this is only the most recent in a series of crises. Multiple reactor bombings, followed by the fall of the Sector 7 plate, culminating in this unprecedented destruction, caused by a massive tornado which swept through Sectors 0, 1, and 2.
It always amazed me how, like, Shinra used Avalanche's plan to make them the bad
Mayor
guy.
Domino released a statement declaring the tornado to be, quote, weather warfare, perpetrated by the infamous insurgent group known as Avalanche. The administration also suspects the involvement of Wutai, and has begun investigations into the matter.
Fake news. No, I'm kidding. SNN. Focus on these bad guys over here. They're the true bad guys, right? I mean, in the original, yeah, Shinra was bad, but Electric Company was providing electricity to this entire place, and clearly the concept of terrorism did not work very well. Although Avalanche was clearly not responsible for the plate falling. That was Shinra using the terrorism in order to squash the peons. It's like, the balance in this game is incredible. Man, this music. Enough angel feathers. So this was weird. It was like, this is like another timeline or something like that, right? Where Zack lives.
Of course, this is only the most recent in a series of crises. Multiple reactor bombings, followed by the fall of the
So what, is there 2 clouds in this timeline?
Boy, that tornado really did a number on the city.
I thought another reactor blew up.
Which must have been caused by the tornado.
Man, when it rains, it pours.
So far, so good with me.
Over there. Amidst the wreckage of the expressway, search and rescue operations are already in progress.
We still have one suspect.
You're right.
Ex-soldier, armed with a buster sword. Highly
Whoa.
dangerous.
I repeat, the fugitive is an ex-soldier, armed with a buster sword.
Back over here.
Get him on board!
The rescue team has pulled people from the rubble.
Okay.
Quick, get the camera off them. Come on.
So this is the other timeline then.
Contact authority. Targets have been secured. They are exfilling me a helo now.
I'm gonna have to move this camera.
What?
Uh-huh. That's your girl, huh?
Turn that off! The survivors are being taken away! I got it! It's mine! Oh no, I have to wait, kill you!
Know when to quit, yeah.
Excuse me. Could you look after my friend? Just for a bit. Too much Mako. But he'll be fine.
Zach.
Hey!
I guess that's who we are right now. Looks like we're gonna start off as Zach,
Aerith!
the original Cloud. Oh, that was... Yeah! Get him, Red. Though I don't see him being a good pilot. Maybe didn't think that through right there. Alright, this is us, right? Alright, up, down. So the inverted controls look good. Alright. I didn't even replay the first one. I'm going off of pure, 5-year memory or 3-year memory? What has it been now? Well, I can't even attack things right now. Okay, well, let's take a look around, right? Sucker feels way more responsive, but that could just be because I'm not used to this. Let's just... That would be me. Yeah, the Final Fantasy person in me wants to check everything. It's like, when I see the direction of where they want me to go to continue the story, I need to check the other way. So far, so good. My levels are good. Maybe take this down a little bit. Testing. All right. My God, we're back in this world. I love it.
Get away from her! He's got a buster sword! Terrorist!
That's my attack. Here's my combo. Alright, so circle. Alright. That's not good. Get out of there. So what is the... So that's the lock on. Okay, there's my guard. Well, these guys are dressed different. They're stronger. Like what you threw a grenade at me before. That wasn't lethal force. Who was in there?
Come on, let's get it!
Probably get rid of flamethrower guy first. There's Aerith. Red 13.
Thank you.
Did anybody else call him Red X? Like, I legitimately called him Red X for most of my life.
If we don't find her, just shut the hell up and search.
This is so messed up. All of it.
Just want to make sure my camera's not in the way.
I'm back.
Yeah, she legitimately can't... What? She legitimately can't wake up. Well, this is another timeline, right? I mean, we know when that fell, what that symbolized in Final Fantasy VII, like the original. A little bit of foreshadowing right there in this timeline, right? Like I'm trying not to spoil, although it's like a 20-year-old game.
Want to tell the rest of us about you and your buddy Sephiroth?
Other timeline, right?
If Tifa doesn't mind.
Me? Yeah, no problem. It's cool.
So that's obviously foreshadowing that she died right there.
16 at the time. There was hardly any work for soldiers back then, and the little there was boring as hell. My heart wasn't in it. Then, out of nowhere, the job of a lifetime came. A mission with Sephiroth.
Mission with Sephiroth. With the big baddie.
Believe my luck.
Fall of a hero. So he's reminiscing right now. So if he's reminiscing right now, is like that gonna take... Is that gonna be like our gateway?
Now, huh? Hey man, feeling any better? I'm good. Sure don't look it. Wish I could help, but never been motion sick. Sorry, man. Ready to do this?
Yeah, you bet.
This is our gateway. So we start off with the flashback. Brilliant. Although, for those who remember the original Force Unleashed, man, you got to play Darth Vader in the beginning, and everything else just paled in comparison. Rein it in.
Sorry. No can do.
Kids.
Say, I'd like to be briefed on the mission at some point. Because if it's another one of those Turks gigs, you can let me off right here.
Really?
Finally make first. What do they do? Call a ceasefire with Wutai, stealing my shot at glory. I didn't join Soldier to be an errand boy. I joined up so I could be a hero, like you.
Well, our mission is to survey a rundown reactor. Another one of those Turks gigs.
Fine. Job's a job, I guess.
I don't like his maniacal look right here from the beginning. We know he gains that later. He should be a little bit softer right now.
Nibelheim? That's where I grew up.
Got some fiends in our 12.
Let's go.
Just a heads up, I'm literally going to press start immediately and find a way to take control of Sephiroth.
You take one, I'll take the other.
Hey, you're promoted to first class, man.
Wait in the truck.
No way! I got this!
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. So stance. Let's see. Aura change. Interesting. Oh, his is fast. Interesting. Okay. So that's his block. Is that? Okay. Go ahead. Interesting. So that's not a... Or charge, gets into temporary, and then into pierce. Ah! Heaven's Gate? I believe. Heaven's Gate? I thought it was a parry. I was just saying. I love how both of those faces are
He's in a
alike.
different league from the rest of us.
Ugh, man. That's why I was trying to drag that out, though.
Nibelheim. That's where they built the first reactor. Right?
Yeah. It all started in the fall. Something was wrong with the reactor, and the whole village was up in arms. Talk of strange new monsters on the mountain only made things worse. People were scared, desperate.
Oh,
The villagers tried to take care of the monsters themselves, but it was no good.
It looked
They
like
kept
what
growing
you'd see,
thinner.
like, the olive
So the company
branch.
sent help. Best they had.
Home sweet home, right? Tell me, how does it feel? I have no home, so I wouldn't know.
You still got parents, though, right?
A mother named Genova. She died shortly after I was born. My father,
Whoa there. Genova? Like from the Shinra building?
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm getting to that.
why am I talking about this? Come on, let's go.
Hope I didn't keep you waiting. I'm Xander, the mayor here. I wanted to greet you myself, to welcome you to our humble little town. Please, if you'll follow me.
It's good. They get some time to put organizations, governments, and stuff. So now we have a mayor.
Consider yourself off duty till sundown.
There we go. That's a little bit better. Although there's still a little maniacalness to the eyes. But we know Sephiroth loses his mind. So, like, right now, he should be a little softer. But I do remember when I played Crisis Core, I felt like they accomplished that so much better. Press the... From there, you can view your party stats, inspect your inventory, and change your equipment. You can also adjust various settings. Okay. What is enlarge? Oh, interesting. Okay. Press R to roll. Jump over certain terrain. Environment. Okay. Home sweet home. Wow, this interface is incredible. Stop. So this will, while active, time will stop, allowing me to manipulate the camera filters. Okay. Well, it looks good on there, although you folks can't see what I'm selecting over here. This may be too big. Maybe I'll adjust it the second time around. Alright. God, I've always been terrible at this. It's all locked, so it's not like I can do anything now. Sometimes I am just in disbelief that I'm playing an updated version of this game. Oh my god. I know I made that joke earlier, but I do truly love this game.
Backwater is an understatement. Don't blame you for getting the hell out of here.
No, that's not him.
So, any friends here you want to see? Maybe a girlfriend?
You know,
Hiding over here?
All this mud, it's never gonna come off.
Alright, let's do this.
we're so glad you're...
I can't tell you how I already feel safe now that soldiers...
Not a soldier's
Keep
over
your
here.
wits about you, people. Beware of thieves.
Good luck out there.
And you still got energy after the trip here. I'll never know.
I mean, anything I grab, I'm not going to be able to actually take with me, you know?
I wager soldiers eat more than your average Joe.
The Mako pipeline. Never be able to get all this done.
Hello, sir. Soldier. Everyone, please, calm down.
It's always a congregation of people speaking to like one individual, right?
But now's not the time.
Let him discuss the matters with the mayor.
I'm eager to talk to him too. But now's not
The tower, right?
When I grow up, I want to be just...
I have to.
Now I can go back.
Okay. Check my progress in the story. Home sweet home, the water tower. Show relative to current position.
Hanging my laundry outside without worrying about a monster's...
So, how did it feel being back up there?
Of course, Tifa asked
I don't
that.
know. Nostalgic, I guess. After 2 years away and all that.
It's like she doesn't want to lie, right? I can actually see I'm in the way right there. Leave that there for now. Kind of makes you wonder if Cloud did that, right? Smaller. Alright. Hopefully that gets less in the way. Now I'll lock it all up. What I'm probably going to do is this is going to be in like smaller segments. Maybe the most interesting things. Alright, so home sweet home, destination right there.
The survey team is the coolest. Man,
City folk are so sophisticated. Can only imagine what their lives must be.
The knitted hog holding Wu Tai.
A soldier.
And you are?
Richard Zangan, a humble traveler of the world, and teacher of martial arts to the youth. Well-toned, but lacking mass. You need to bulk up.
Who asked you?
You could learn a lot from me.
Pass.
Don't be shy. I have many pupils your age.
Yeah, but
At last
I fight with Sephiroth.
128. In fact, one of them's from this very village. Perhaps you know her. Tifa.
Oh, that's interesting. We do wonder where Tifa got her martial skill, right?
A real talent, that one. She'll go far.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right? Have anything to say for yourself?
I didn't know.
That's great.
I'd be interested to see how one of Shinra's finest fights.
I was right over there talking to the mayor.
Ah, hello there. All our rooms are reserved for you Shinra boys, so take your pick. You'll find them just up... Huh? No. Cloud? My. Get a load of you. And you've only been away a couple of years. Traveling with the Sephiroth now? Okay, Mr. Big Shot. Traveling with the Sephiroth now?
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Big Shot.
That's so interesting because we know Cloud, you know, this has been 20 years. I'm going to avoid, I'm going to avoid not talking about it. So, yeah, he should be in his lower class gear right now when he was walking around. He was not wearing a Buster Sword. So, is that just an absolute false memory right there he has? Sorry, if you haven't played the original game, then maybe my playthrough of this isn't for you. I don't want to stifle what's going on in my head. I guess I could sleep.
City folk are so sophisticated. Can only imagine what their lives must be like.
Keep checking it out.
Is that you, Cloud?
Who's that now? Goodness, is that you?
Is it fun being a soldier?
So I passed my destination. No, this is my destination right here. Okay.
If you're feeling tense, you could always join one of the groups.
So, what do you think about... You wouldn't have lasted a game. Who was it that used to say how scary
Impressive.
the military was?
How open everything is.
Ah, Shinra's here, I see. Thank you for coming.
You're Shinra? Shinra?
Oh, whoops.
What is
I
that
didn't recognize
Chucky
you,
baby
Cloud.
you have back there?
Oh, you've grown.
Shinra.
I must say, you look dashing in that uniform.
You're so cool. You're so cool. Gonna beat those monsters? Gonna beat them?
Whoa. What is up with that kid's voice? It is like a little Chucky, man.
I gotta catch a glimpse of Sephiroth.
Hypergamy.
Then I stop by my mom's. Not that it matters.
Sure it does. I know I want to hear what happened.
Me too.
Yeah. Go on.
You could just hear the tentativeness in Tifa's voice because she knows this is not how it happened.
My dad died when I was a kid. So after I left for Midgard, She was on her own.
Because she knows he hid his identity when he was here.
2 years. First time. And last.
Wow, we get to see Cloud's
I'll be
mom,
right
eh?
there. Cloud, is that you?
Hey.
Welcome home. Come in. Let me get a good look at you. My. So that's what they've got you wearing, huh? You soldiers sure do clean up nice.
Fuzzy.
I've never been so proud. The man you've become. Women must be hounding you day and night.
Not really.
You know, there's all kinds of temptations in the big city.
Claudia.
I'd feel a lot better if I knew you'd found a good girl. One who'd make sure you didn't get into trouble.
I can take care of myself.
An older, more mature girl that could keep you on the straight and narrow and tell you when you're being a silly goose. That's the perfect type for you, I'd say. They are feeding you properly, aren't they? Oh, Cloud. But you know, Cloud. Wouldn't you agree, Cloud? You're my son. Of course, I'll always be.
Okay, that's enough.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? You went to my place?
No?
Wait a second. You two were neighbors?
We were, but it's not like we hung out that much.
We had our reasons.
Our reasons, huh? Bet most of them had to do with you.
Nah. She was like the village hottie. I was a nobody.
Don't make any trouble for Sephiroth.
Don't make any trouble for Sephiroth.
Didn't really notice at the time, but looking back, all the signs were there. And the moment we arrived, Sephiroth just wasn't himself. What you looking at?
This landscape.
Huh?
I could swear I've seen it before.
You okay?
Big day tomorrow. We'll be leaving bright and early. You should get some rest.
All right, will do.
Night.
I tried, but I couldn't get to sleep that night. Was too excited, too nervous.
Was pretty much the same for me.
Why?
Yeah, I was surprised too.
You know what happened the last time she went up there.
That was years ago, Brian. She's old enough to make her own decisions now.
Late, Cloud?
We leave once our guide arrives.
Yes, sir.
We weren't waiting on you.
Sephiroth, sir, I must insist that I take you up the mountain. My daughter isn't...
Dad!
Tifa, you can still back out. You don't have to do this.
I'm going, and that's that.
There'll be 2 soldiers with me. I'll be fine.
Pumpkin!
Famous last words.
Morning, sir. I'll be your guide for the day.
Tifa? You're our guide?
I sure am. You can ask anyone around here. I'm the best there is.
You could get hurt.
Not if you remember to do your job, she won't. Come on. posterity, sir? Not today.
Can you talk to him?
Please, Sephiroth.
It's a lot of fun.
It's just one photo.
Just going through it
Come
again.
on. Where's the harm in that?
I do feel like Sephiroth looks too malevolent at this time, as I was telling my small audience. He's a little too malevolent right now. We know his malevolence comes later on.
Say cheese.
Sounds like you were having a good time.
One more.
Yeah, I guess we were. For a while.
I guess that's my update.
The reactor
it's nothing
was
pressing.
halfway up Mount Evil. I was looking forward to breathing that crisp, clean mountain air again.
Okay. Alright, here we go. I can actually use square. Alright, well, she's going that way. After this box, I will be going the other way. Apparently not. It's really slow. Ah! So they'll like slow me down so I can't look at other things. Tifa's over there waiting. Oh, there we go. Okay, that was odd. I wonder why it went so slow. Wait a minute. So this was the way I was supposed to go? Oh, the music. I love it. Just in case you folks are wondering where I was going with that, I love the music. Okay. God, video game music in the 90s was so good. Like, there's a really unknown RPG at the time that I absolutely loved as well.
But our reactor's the first of its kind. It really put Mount Evil on the map.
I've seen a few reactors of my time, but none with such a breathtaking view. Who could count them?
Everyone.
Lufia and the Fortress of Doom.
Man, I wish I could go on trips all over the world like you guys.
Trips. I think you mean business trips, which are no fun at all.
Though you do learn stuff on them.
That's so cool.
It is kind of nice though to hear a Sephiroth before the fall into madness. Something I'll discuss, like my thoughts on it when we get there. I already spoke about the correlation of Darth Vader and Sephiroth, you know, to be somebody of so much power that the power itself almost causes the madness, but in Sephiroth's case, it was almost like, it's almost like,
You'll burn yourself out running like that.
I'm not even close to burned out. Not with all the training I've had.
Guess you really are the best there is.
with Sephiroth, it's almost like he had an idea of who he was and what he was built for. And then all of a sudden, the lie that unnerves his entire life is what happens. It's like the Taoist in me, you know, my love of Taoism. It's just he built a story that he believed in. I mean, it was his foundation, and that's the order of Taoism, right? And of course, the yin and yang is the order and chaos meeting together. But the story that he was told ended up being an entire lie. So the life that he thought he had was not the life that he had. It's like the Platonic cave, you know? You think the shadows are real, you think you're in a free area, and then all of a sudden you are ripped from the cave when you discover, as your shackles are undone, that your whole life is a lie and you've been living in a cave. What's amazing about the cave experience for Plato is the people who are manipulating the shadows are the ones who know you're in a cave. So it's like you not only realize you're in a cave, but you realize that there are people in your life who have been manipulating you. So you have to come to terms with the fact that you were so ignorant to be fooled in that particular way, you know? So Sephiroth is a great example of the fallout of a Platonic cave moment where the cave itself was your entire existence. What do they often do? Well, they often attack the person who's rescuing them, but I guess in this case, Sephiroth had the power to go after all the people who manipulated the shadows. Oh, that's interesting. That is a new species.
Seen those near the village, and they're not nice. What do you think?
I think I got this.
Then they're all yours.
Copy that.
Holding the button will allow you to follow up with a sweeping slash, okay? Press the button after dodging to launch a ranged attack, or hold the button to unleash an aerial combo. Okay. There's the aerial.
It's on now. Gotcha.
There's the staggering.
That was awesome.
You think?
If this is how it's going to be, there doesn't seem much point in me fighting.
Oh, don't say that.
Guess not. You leave it all to me, huh?
Ah.
Don't mind if I do.
Killjoy. I don't get to play Sephiroth. See any? Oh, right there. Oh shoot, I missed that one.
Let's finish this. Piece of cake. Is that Mako? Whoa.
Nice.
Come on, soldier. You can do better than that, can't you?
Not calling him by his name.
Just you watch.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Well, I guess that wasn't a perfect time. Oh, nice. All right.
You're done. Well, that's that.
To lock on to specific enemies, switch targets. Press to disengage. Interesting. Oh, okay. That's kind of immediate.
Let's finish this.
Oh, I thought I had the block there. It still did good damage.
Shit.
Haha! Oh, okay. It's not like instantaneous.
Steady.
Stagger.
You're done.
Well done, Trooper.
Thank you.
That was
I
close.
got the rest.
Ah, I tried to guard from there. Wonder how I attacked that last time, like from long distance.
No, you don't.
There we go. Timed the punishing correctly that time.
Here goes.
Cross slash. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Shall we pick up the pace?
Not unless we absolutely have to. Our guide might not be so lucky next time.
Then, how about I go on ahead and clear the way for you guys? I'll be careful.
You'd better.
Cool. See you at the reactor.
Alright, let's try. Yeah, sure, might as well. Equipping material, begin tutorial. First, open the material and equipment. Now select cloud. Then you can browse, or you can set material to it by triangle. Alright. Any open slot. Let's do assess material. How would we get some information? Finish the tutorial. Very good. And you were able to play a Sephiroth way longer. Kind of a bummer. Clear the way. Indeed. Okay.
Now we're talking.
Cloud moves more slowly, but can use counter blows. So Punisher, obviously. He cannot, however, guard against range attack or magic. Okay.
In. Now. You're done.
Whoa.
Sloppy. It's on now.
Oh, so he wasn't pressured. Interesting. Oh, he wasn't dead. I mean, that sucks. Wait, what?
Let's finish this. Gotta say, that one felt pretty good.
Gotta treat it less like Devil May Cry, though, and more like the they take a turn, I take a turn kind of thing. I think it's what I was struggling with last time. Go. That sucks.
You're done. See ya. Let's finish this. Piece of cake.
A little bit better, but... Be a long game.
Hey! Not that way!
It's a dead end! Rockslide took out the bridge a while ago. Come on back, okay?
Okay.
I doubt we'll get past, what is that, Rocket Town? I'll have to wait like another 5
This
years.
way. Gotta make a detour through a Shinra facility.
To think I made you our guide. Good thing I reconsidered. Otherwise, you'd have let us straight off a cliff. Lead on.
Yes.
A little smitten, is she? The reactor. Orb level materia. Level boost materia. Pretty good. Machine over here. Ooh, that I felt that in the like back of my teeth right there. This one will definitely teach me how to be a little bit more concentrated. How'd you get over there? There we go. I'm holding the O like that's what's supposed to. That's what's supposed to make me
The
sprint.
reactor may have been around for a while, but there are still pockets of Mako gas all over the mountain. Try not to breathe it in if you can.
Don't want to get Mako poisoning.
That's Sephiroth. Nope. I'll take care of it.
Elevator access restricted due to Mako gas concentrations. Air purification unit must be employed to clear excess Mako gas.
Search ways to get rid of the gas. What is this? Purification system.
Mako gas levels reduced by 20%. Mako gas levels reduced by 70%. No Mako gas detected. Elevator access granted.
That's interesting. So, another puzzle. Hope there's not like a bunch of just one-off puzzles. Not that I'm advocating to do that again right there. Vacuuming. Okay. I thought it was holding X. No? Holding O? It's holding O. Alright. Interesting. I keep holding O for sprinting.
Come on.
Is there something important about the rain? Maybe that he only feels it on his hands since he's wearing a helmet this whole time and not on his hair.
Just thinking about crossing that thing.
Then let me go first.
Hey, I'm the guide here.
Don't take away my function, man. It's like, you have your duty, I have mine. Stop horning in on what I'm supposed to do. Stop stealing my destiny. Stealing my successes. It's so funny. I watched a great lecture today. Another lecture that has profound implications on being a father. It's like most of the lectures that I watch. It may be that just being a good father is like on the top of my mind all the time.
Are you okay?
But it spoke about not stealing another person's triumphs. And of course, you got Cloud's overprotective nature here. Gotta appreciate that about Sephiroth, though, right? He's like, well, this is what I need to do, and I'll adapt to that. It's like children. Oh, wow, they lose one.
He's in Fate's hands now. Do you know the way?
Yeah. Following the river should get us back to the village.
We're not going to the village. Can you get us to the reactor?
Sorry, I don't think I can.
I see. Well, I certainly can't send you back alone. You'll be safer with us.
Okay.
I'll be joining you up front this time.
What?
For your performance review.
You kidding me?
Good luck.
Yes. Party formation. Material. Party. Obviously, I'm trying to make him the leader right now. God, he's so amazing. So, like I was saying before, it may be that it's just always on the top of my mind how to be a good father, etc., but I was listening to a lecture where they were talking about the practicality of psychoanalysis. And the discussion was like, well, why don't you just tell the person, if you're the analysis, if you're the analyzer, and you have a patient, why don't you just tell the patient, if you know what's wrong, just let them know why. And the psychologist was like, because they wouldn't take the advice. That's one. Often when we're told the answer, and this drove Freud nuts, by the way, when they're told the answer, they don't often, or arguably less often, actually take the advice. But if they discover it themselves, they're more inclined to change their life around that revelation. You know, and I use that word specifically because I do believe learning takes on a revelatory scheme, something I can talk about later. But as a father, I'm always wondering, like, am I stealing my kids' triumphs? That's to say, like, I know the answer. Do I just give them the answer, or do I let them figure it out for themselves? Well, never do for your kids what they can do on their own was figured out well too late into me being a parent, and I have since shouldered that. But I can say that their strife and their their strife and conflict is their own, and they deserve to have the successes correlating to that strife. When they go through life, they're going to have problems. Now, it is up to them to find solutions. But if I find the solution, then I have taken over that quest. You know? I've slayed that boss for them. I've slayed that dragon for them. And it wasn't my dragon to slay. So I'm stealing their victories. I'm thinking of like the Ouroboros that's eating its own tail, right? It's like, well, your children, they need to go out and they need to fight their own battles. So that way they can earn their own triumphs and earn their own victories. How dare I steal those victories from them? So it was a fascinating discussion. But in that instance right there, it's like Tifa's like, no. Don't steal my victories. I am the guide. Let me be the guide. Let me do my job. And it's like, your overprotective nature wants to sit there and protect her, but the fact of the matter is, man, you gotta let her have her triumphs. What are you gonna do? You're gonna have a wife that you just take care of everything? Like, how are they gonna enjoy their lives if they're not triumphing along with you, you know? So, yeah. Interesting discussion. Interesting lecture, you know? Implications before both fathers and relationships, you know? I know there's a lot of people like on the right side, like the red pill, as they call themselves, who are like, no, my wife or my girlfriend, she should never have to work in her life. And it's like, well, when does it come to the point where you're taking care of her or not letting her win her own battles? You know? I know my wife wants to win her own battles, and how dare I prevent her from going out in the world and winning her own battles. Now, to give the red pill side their credit, what they're saying is, you know, a woman actually gets to have children, something a man is incapable of doing. And so a woman gets to be a mother. You know, that's one of her functions. It's one of the most important things they'll do. And I'll be honest, being a father has been one of the greatest joys of my life. But at the same time, there's the parental aspect, there's the parental quest, but there's also the quest in the world to see what you're made of, what is your metal, you know? And women get to have that just as much as a guy gets to have that, you know? They get to see what reward they can achieve in their life, what they can negotiate with the world to discover, you know? I'd hate to take that away from my wife based on the idea that I wouldn't be a man if I let my wife work, you know? It's just, I feel like it's a extreme to another side based on maybe a fundamentally good argument of the family unit being the most important and a man being able to take care of a woman and a husband's duty is to take care of a wife, but it's that pesky little word take care that is the issue, right? What does it mean to actually take care? Well, I believe one of the ways that you take care is allowing them to find their way in the world and fight their battles. Negotiate with the world to find out who they are, you know? Hoo-yah! Switching to different characters can provide an advantage. Alternatively, you can order your allies to attack while controlling the same character used to switch between. To issue commands to allies. Note that you can also switch while guarding. Alright. Is it Masamune or hold it to unleash a range attack? Hold, okay. Landing a certain number of attacks will allow you to perform branching finishers like Pierce or Sword Dance. So your limit gauge. Alright. Press to retaliation stance. One stance at the right time to parry an incoming attack. So that's what I was messing up. Oh, Sephiroth's so cool! Die. Hell's Gate, baby. Here I come. Oh, this is so awesome. Sephiroth is currently the party leader, meaning you will control him at the start of combat. To change your party leader, go to the combat setting and press triangle. Not gonna happen. Nope. Oh, I was saying not going to happen because I thought he was already the party leader. Oh, no. I want to control him. Yes. Sephiroth is the man. I want to control Sephiroth. Now, how do I change the order? It said something about that, right? No. I thought up and down changed it. Toggle commands, okay. Back, it doesn't look like I can actually press anything else. That was just party. Inventory spells, battle intel. Oof. Combat settings. Set as leader. Okay. Yeah. He is leader. So sick. How long will I get to enjoy this? Well, I'll enjoy it as I get to, and not worry about when it ends. I'll enjoy the moment.
More Mako gas ahead.
There's no way around it either. You just have to go through it.
Got it. That's right, I did that.
Let's not waste any time. Mako this stick is dangerous.
So wait, what was the... All right. Oh, shoot, I did have it. Like the worst Sephiroth in the world right now.
I've got this.
Farewell. Come on, attack. And that's my counter. Sick. That's so awesome. Man, oh man. I actually did order the that rare statue for Sephiroth. It will be going right over here. So Donald will be taking a siesta, and Sephiroth will go up there. Now I just got to get like the green light and stuff like that for him. I can't wait till that comes in. Yeah, like I said, I've always been fascinated with the powerful falling due to their own power being that which it's like with power not only becomes ambition, but with power also becomes expectation, also comes expectations. So one thing that really got me into reading was the Clone Wars in Star Wars. And what I was just so fascinated with was Anakin's training and his fall, right? Now, his fall was due to his power, but also due to everyone's expectations of the Chosen One. And there was this one battle where there were so many Padawans lost, and then like the Emperor Palpatine actually pulled Anakin out of there, because I'm guessing Palpatine saw that he would have died if he stayed there. But all the Padawans ended up dying in that battle. And there's this instance where Obi-Wan looks at Anakin, who, survived, and there's this being disappointed that Anakin didn't find a way. Anakin didn't find a way to achieve victory. And it's just like, oh man. You see like the seeds of his demise being planted. And then the relationship of Obi-Wan, who was a brother to him when he needed a father, was always more of a brother to him than a father when he needed a father, But yeah, when you are the chosen one, when you are the number one, everybody looks to you in every instance, and that is a heavy weight, a heavy responsibility, not only on you, but on their judgment of you, Double-edged sword of high expectations or unlimited potential.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, but if we keep using Mako to power our homes, springs like this will disappear, right?
What are you talking about? Who told you that?
My dad. And the mayor, if you must know.
Except the planet's huge. Mako will never run out, right?
Like oil, huh? It'll never run out.
Naturally formed materia. And look at the size of it. Astounding. For the Mako energy to condense into something like this, it must have taken an eternity.
I've always wondered, how does materia let you cast spells exactly?
How did you ever get to be a soldier? To put it simply, the knowledge of the ancients is sealed within each orb. That knowledge not only connects us to the planet, it allows us to tap into her power. That's how we can use magic. Or so they say.
When the spiritual becomes material?
Magic sure is weird.
I know someone who'd be livid to hear you call it weird, or magic for that matter. I can just imagine what he'd say. It's an affront to science.
Who?
Hojo?
Hojo, from Research and Development. His predecessor was a great man, but him... he is anything but. We should press on.
It's interesting how, like, the knowledge of the ancients is crystallized, you know? Has very, like, Avatar ramifications, you know? When you can actually harness the knowledge of that which came before you, you know? I mean, it's like, it's obviously what we do in the modern world, you know? We stand on the shoulders of giants looking onward, you know? Oddly enough, nowadays we're standing on the shoulders of giants and judging them for their creation. I should take care of this guy first.
Are you? Good guy.
There.
This won't be the last.
Sephiroth. So maybe that's another thing I love about them, you know? The unlimited potential, but the actual competence to earn that unlimited potential. But what I was talking about before, standing on the shoulder of the giants, there is a weight that the history comes with, you know? They really dealt with, they talked a lot about this in Lord of the Rings, where, how did Gandalf put it? They built monuments to their ancestors that rivaled a love that was insignificant when compared to their own children. Basically, and I was like trying to figure out the quote, but I made it way more complicated than it needed to be. Basically, they idolized their ancients more than their own sons. And it's like, history has a way of doing that when you see what great people can do. I mean, I felt like this about like George Washington. Like George Washington did enough for like 3 lives, you know? Not only one of the greatest commanders to lead an army against an outclassed superior army, but then he became the president after that too. It's like, man, it was like 2 lifetimes worth of things right there. Oh, stunned.
I got this.
Stupid Screech.
This way.
So yeah, for me, that's what Sephiroth represent. Unlimited potential, but also the competence to earn such a limited potential. It's like, in this world, Sephiroth was like nobody, and then he became somebody, you know? He earned his reputation. He earned the reputation of the unlimited potential, which separates him kind of from Anakin, because Anakin, born to the midichlorians, you know? He didn't earn the Chosen One title, and so in a way it became this historic thing that they had to overcome. That is to say, like the weight of history that I was alluding to before. It's exactly what Anakin represents, or was the fall of Anakin. Yeah, that's the one right there.
Let's hurry.
Oh, I cannot wait for that statue. It's supposed to be releasing this month. I should get a quote for the shipping. Yeah, so Anakin's potential as the Chosen One ended up becoming like this impossible ideal to live up to. And they really played with that in the books. Really fell in love with the reading after that. I remember when I had like 102 temperature, because I kind of run hot when I get sick. And I was reading a Clone Wars document. I want to say like the incoming storm or the upcoming storm. And I dreamt about that book as I read and would pass out from the fever. Then read and pass out from the fever. I actually dreamt of that book. So I can actually see the scenes in that book, even though it's never been told. Team up with allies to perform synergy attacks. That's cool. Ooh, that hit. Ah, okay. Sephiroth's limit break. Here we go. Octaslash. The one and only. Oof, but I'm really terrible at defending here. I guess not. Really thought it was something, but it's not. Yeah, but as a father, you guys cannot even imagine how often I'm thinking about just how to be a better father. I think about it all the time. A lot of different things here. Oh, okay. But maybe I should magnify fire, right? Boost on ice. That's good. Empowerment. Max HP. Let's leave the healing off. Okay, so there we go.
Now we're talking.
still.
This won't be the last.
Another materia, eh? It's like, give me all the materia in the world because they're going to take it all away once we finish this flashback. I have been really looking forward though to seeing like more of Sephiroth's backstory, you know, and really how the fall happens, you know, how he goes nuts. Because I mean, it's been a while, but it always confused me. I understood why, how when you realize you're basically like a weapon built by these individuals who subjugate basically your own mother, you know? I understand that. But like flying on this planet, you know, traversing the cosmos with this planet as your vessel, you know, I was like, that's a little much. Of course, this is what happens when you build yourself as the... Ah, okay. Yes. That makes sense. That's what happens when you build yourself as an idol, as a false idol, you know? The superiority that also comes, that Luciferian superiority, you know? It's the same thing that plagues like Scar, for example, becoming so gifted that one believes they are God, a god, you know? Clear warning, first page in the Tao, that which can be explained is not the eternal, that which can be stated is not the eternal. Clearly there's something right around there. Uh-huh. Mine. Comet. I just had like a visual... I had a visual of like with the bat throwing the comets down. Oh man, so many. Yeah, let's just keep what we have for now. Playing Sephiroth anyway. I was actually just having that discussion. I was speaking about like the eternal, that which can be explained is not the eternal. I was just having that discussion with my learners because I teach ethics, right? Well, the Spartans, for example, they would have scoffed at the idea that you'd have to like teach ethics through like oral alliteration, you know? It's like no. They were very skeptical of anybody who had to learn ethics through through speech, you know. It's like no, you learn how to be ethical by living your life. Now, while the Spartans weren't the best as far as morality goes, you know, they did have slaves in order to focus on their master class of fighters. One thing they did have going for them was morality is learned through action, not through study. Sorry, Aristotelians that focus on the rationalization or the sitting alone as a hermit and thinking about the virtues as the Aristotelian way of learning, you know. There is a split, by the way, in Aristotelianism, based on the arguments that he made. It's almost like one can become virtuous, like in isolation, just learning. And that's, of course, Daniel Robinson I'm quoting. Again, standing on the shoulders of giants. As a student of philosophy, that's precisely what I do. Try to come up with my own theories, but...
What?
There is that aspect of standing on the shoulders of giants, and the weight of history, and the weight of the best, and the greatest.
This way.
You said you wanted to be a hero.
That's right. There are two tragedies in life. One is not getting what you want, and the other one's getting it.
Thinks we're after materia.
Someone should tell it now.
Come on, be my guest.
Got my retaliation for that hit? Okay. Oh! Oh, I just put up the guard. Okay. Does take a little while. Oh, wow. Pressured, let's go. Helg's Gate. Boom! Sword Dance. Pierce.
It's a good thing they disbanded.
Oh, so you have to like hit the square immediately, huh?
I won't let you down. Time to kick it up a notch. Get him! Stand back.
I gotta really get that timing better. Dang it. Certain enemies have individual body parts you can target and attack. Destroying these can pressure your foe. Oh, interesting.
Not doing so great.
Well, that's what we'll focus on then. Oh, hello. Hell's Gate that thing, huh? Go get him! Ooh! Let go of Cloud. Damn!
Sephiroth. Pretty mobile.
Till we knock it down.
Good thing I don't just fight with a sword.
Why can't I use anything here? I wonder what that is. Yeah, insufficient there. And, oh, I see, I see.
Come on. It's all you. Stand back.
Might as well come down with Heaven's Gate, yeah? We just staggered him. Yeah, that's when you use the big guys on him. What? Okay. Okay. Octa slash of him. Cloud. So sick. Cloud still can't do shit. Mako.
You're practically panting.
I'm excited.
Such a puppy.
Turn the tables on the beast of the mountain with a coordinated attack. Use their double helix synergy attack from the command menu to bring the material guard crashing down in the cave floor.
Don't like the looks of this.
Stay alert.
Double helix. Here we go, baby.
Whoa. That was insane.
Look at how well they work together.
Damn it. Not again.
Get it together.
Oh, missed it. Well, I can't do synergy now. I think he is taken. I don't have the MP for that. Yeah, let's get that. Bam! Get you out of there.
Of course. Stand back. Get him.
Ugh, I was gonna try to get back in. But I couldn't get back in time. I was trying to get back and guard that. Booyah! Goodbye.
Got ya.
Or do ya? Nope.
Take it from here.
Amazing.
Nice work.
Okay, hold up. Maybe I'm missing something here, but everything you've said makes Sephiroth sound like a stand-up guy.
Yep. He was.
He was.
And now he's pure evil, trying to kill everyone on the planet. Help me to understand this shit. Tell me something that'll really make my blood boil.
Oh, I will. I will.
Here we go. The fall of a hero. Tragic. Oh, this just reminds me. Oh. So, like when people talk about religion, often people will say like, but look at these priests that are doing these horrendous things, and there are evil people out there. But there's something to be said about somebody's expectations of somebody being much more pious and holy being the one who's doing evil, you know? That has so much more ramifications than just some random individual. It's such a fascinating aspect of what's like virtue epistemology, or like the skill of the individual, you know? It's like, oh man, of course we hold the people who claim to follow a godlike, benevolent being. Of course we hold them to a higher standard. That's the point. I hold them to a higher standard than like an anarchist that doesn't believe in anything, right? But it's like when you have somebody like Sephiroth, who is considered like the pinnacle of heroism, and they fall, it almost becomes like, well, who am I? I'm not him. He fell. I remember feeling this when Chester Binghamton, I don't even know if I said that last name right, the lead singer of Linkin Park. You know, when I was a kid, when I was a teen, I listened to Linkin Park all the time. And, you know, I wasn't like more depressed than a natural teenage boy at that time. But you know, I had my qualms, I had my conflicts that I had to deal with, and Linkin Park's music was an incredible outlet for me. It made me feel better. It was like somebody was going through the same thing, but then they were able to like fight their depression with some kind of purpose. And when Chester Binghamton killed himself, when he passed away, that really hurt me. Why? Because if this person who had an amazing outlet, who had the depression, but seemed like he found an outlet for that depression, an outlet of fame and success, and that wasn't enough, I was like, how am I supposed to deal with that? So that's what heroes do. That's what the virtuous do. You know, when the virtuous fall, you lose hope. It was the theme with Superman versus Batman, where Batman realized Superman is hope, you know? And when you lose a hero like that, it's almost like you lose the idea, the idea that they represented, that gave people hope and admiration, gets tarnished too. Yeah. If they can fall, who am I? If Chester Binghamton's success, where he found an outlet for his depression, if that didn't save him, who am I? When Robin Williams, who would make millions of people laugh, you know? And that outlet didn't give him satisfaction. Who am I? That's the weight of the heroes, by the way, to bring that around. That's the weight of history right there.
Villagers don't have a clue about this.
No Shinra? Of course not.
The company really needs to be more...
So what are we doing in modern time? Turning against it.
What exactly is the problem?
We can't build the monument of greatness that we have, so we turn against it.
Under the jurisdiction of urban planning. This one is overseen by R&D.
Huh. Why do I suddenly have a bad feeling about this?
Whatever you see here, you are not to speak of it.
Oh, I won't.
It goes for two of us, Sephiroth. Yeah, but that's the weight of one's forefathers. When you look at the greatness of America, for example, and I am an American exceptionalist to a degree. Not a American idealist, as in like they are fanatic, as in America could do no wrong. No, but I am an exceptionalist. I do believe America is an exceptional place, a land of freedom, the symbol of freedom itself. But the greatness that is America actually comes with a weight for those who want to add to it. And surprise, surprise, some people who just feel the monumental task of, who am I to add to this? How do I be great in a place that is so great already? Many of them will just turn against the greatness itself, or try to tear it down because they can find some virtue in its destruction. Ah, that may be exactly what we're dealing with as well, you know? People who find virtue and excellence in tearing down or pointing out America's weakness. Like there's so much virtue in attacking the dead, attacking somebody great like George Washington and Thomas Jefferson because they were slave owners at the time, where they're not able to defend themselves against the allegations. Yeah, what an amazing individual you are. How cowardly to attack the dead. Attack individuals who are 3 times what you are.
Perhaps you'd like to say a few words to your sword first?
Here we go, the iconic scene. Like, they did so well. I'm glad they kept it. I'm glad they kept it. This is what it looked like. And then Genova up there. Oh, here we are. Some Resident Evil liquors? Not quite.
Hojo, you are really something.
What are those things? Genova? Wasn't that...
Shouldn't he look shocked? Like, what are they going for here? Did he know already?
The malfunction must be forcing the pods to depressurize. Cloud, go out and shut off the valve.
Copy.
Do you want to see this, my love? We're at the scene. My wife hasn't finished the first one, everyone. So I don't want to spoil it, but I'll ask her if she wants to watch the iconic parts. And a little bit of ratting around. No, so in her defense, she loved it so much that she wanted to wait for the second part in order to finish it. In her defense. Made perfect sense because here I am and I have to remember. But, you know, I needed to finish it. And here we are, the scene.
What are you doing?
These pods were built for the production of artificial materia. But Hojo repurposed them as incubators, cages for animals, infused with Mako, all to birth a new breed of monster. But he didn't stop at animals. Oh no, there were other subjects. Look.
Human being.
My mother's name was Genova. Could it be that I was created the same way? Am I the same as these monsters?
Sephiroth.
Ever since I was a child, I knew that I was different, that I was special, but not like this. Not like this.
Manufactured to be somebody's tool. All of a sudden, your telos, your aim is somebody else's aim.
Even human.
It's like a person drawing an arrow and firing it at a target, and then the arrow becoming aware. And thinking it's deciding to head to the target.
Sephiroth locked himself in his room.
Instead, it looks back and it analyzes the person, the archer.
Mayor had been looking forward
And the
to
archer's
dealing
crazy.
with bona fide soldiers, so he didn't take the news too well. Dad had to put up with his belly aching for hours afterward.
Huh?
Must have sucked. But what about Sephiroth? What happened to him?
He left. Didn't tell a soul where he was going.
Nibelheim. Sephiroth's gone. At least I got to play him for a lot more than that one part. And in that way, I'm grateful.
I met Sephiroth as he was heading for Shinra Manor, and he acted like I wasn't even there. Busy, I suppose.
Sephiroth? Ah, I did see him leave a little while ago.
Did you challenge him?
He's holed up inside the mansion.
Something's been off ever since he came back from the reactor.
Too much exposure to Mako? Then we ought to bring him some medicine.
Sephiroth wasn't looking so hot when you passed by.
Shinra Manor was the biggest building in town, and older than the reactor. The company used to conduct research there, back when they were still a small manufacturer. Even so, the rent on that plot is basically what kept the village afloat.
Well, here we are. What now?
I mean, the whole place is pitch black. You think he's sleeping or something?
Oh, Shinra Manor. Wow.
A little Mako poisoning isn't gonna hurt a living legend.
Here we are. Where's the big chandelier to fall on me, right? Oh, it is not this time. Where's Vincent Valentine? Ah, it's not this time.
Took a look around the place, but Sephiroth was nowhere to be seen.
Never knew it had a basement.
Was news to me too. Doubt anyone in the village had a clue.
You took an elevator. It's not like it was that that hidden. Is this where Vincent is? See all the writings on the wall. And the library.
Excavated from a 2,000-year-old rock layer, a life form in stasis. Professor Gast named this life form Genova. MEGL 77-1977. Genova, verified as an ancient. MEGL 9/13/1977. Genova project approved. So, they named the life form Genova. And once they understood what she was, they grew ambitious.
Hey, Sephiroth. What you got there?
Leave me be.
And that was it. He stayed holed up in the basement. reading, like a man possessed. We got Genova. A locked reactor door. The name of Sephiroth's mother. And ancients. Screw it. Racking my brain's not gonna get me anywhere. May as well just ask the guy.
He's searching for answers by reading through tons and tons of books, but you thought you're going to figure it out with like 3 or 4 little clues?
Cloud. I've come across the most fascinating passage.
Here we go.
The specimen found in strata dating back 2,000 years smiled with what could only be described as ethereal grace. Though the truth eluded me at first, I later determined that she was an ancient, or a steward of the planet, as they are referred to in legend. She needed a name, and so I dubbed her Genova. The Genova project was approved soon after. A bold initiative to resurrect the long-dead ancients. An initiative that resulted in my conception. Or rather, my creation. The crowning glory of Professor Gast's wondrous experiment.
He created you?
This is what happens when your creation comes from malevolence instead of benevolence. The whole concept of the ideal is based on this fundamental theory that we are created with a good purpose, the good purpose. Something Nietzsche said, you know, how you're going to wash away the blood in your hands now. Nietzsche believed that when we killed God,
Mother is waiting.
We would kill all form of morality. Not that an atheist couldn't be virtuous, but that logically they would have no reason to be. Boom. The power of Sephiroth. So when I say telos, I mean ultimate aim, by the way.
I keep asking myself, why couldn't I have come to sooner? If I had, maybe I could have saved the village.
Can I pause without it leaving? Yes. Okay. So this is really interesting. I use the example from Thomas Aquinas in his Summa Theologica of the arrow aiming at the target. Side part: the etymology of sin is actually a target that hits an arrow that hits its target. So if you can imagine a purpose, an aim, you are heading towards an aim, right? Imagine a archer that fires an arrow at a target, all right? And obviously the one that's being propelled through the air is the arrow, right? Well, if the arrow becomes aware, becomes self-conscious and looks and sees the target and sees, here, I'm about to hit the target. But then they look back at the archer, and what they discover from the archer is a malevolent gaze, this sadistic kind of smile. All of a sudden, what the arrow can realize is that where it's aiming and where it's heading is what is satisfying to that malevolent entity. All of a sudden, hitting the target isn't a moral good. It could be the most atrocious of actions. You see? So when you become aware and you look back at your creator, the thing that is moving you forward, the goodwill, what you think is goodwill or good intention as you're moving through your life. And then you look back at the first inception of your birth and you see malevolence. Well, then that means your aim is malevolent. Your aim is what a malevolent entity would want. Be very wary of those who throw God out of the system. Because if your very being, if the very being that created you is malevolent and is happy with your existence, then it's almost like your existence becomes malevolence itself. Kant, in order to create a categorical, universal application, had to cede goodwill to a divine moral authority, a divinely good moral authority that we have access to as beings of rationality, you know? But he couldn't prove God's existence, so he split it away from science. He said, no, this is the realm. Science is the realm of the physical, of the scientific, of the determined world. This other realm is the realm of God and the realm of morals. Now, while we can't prove it, we have every reason to believe it exists. And from that, he said, if morality is to exist, it must follow these prescriptions. If justice is to exist, there must be a benevolent entity. So his argument for the creation, his argument for God's existence was, if justice is supposed to exist, if justice is ever to exist rationalistically, then there must be a life after death, because there are individuals who die who don't get their comeuppance, where justice isn't served. You know, that individual who slaughters 1 million then shoots themselves, you know? We look at that and we don't lose our faith in justice. That's because justice relies on a world after this world. This is the argument Kant makes, all right? Now, if there is a world after this world, which is necessary for the existence of justice, well, then your actions must carry out of there, and there must be a judger. Okay, so in order for justice to exist, there needs to be a world after this world, and there must be a judger in that world to seek that justice. Okay, now what does that judger look like? All right, well, that judger needs to have all the facts of the matter. They have to have all the facts of the case. So they need to be omniscient. They need to know all of these things, right? So that's one thing. They need to be omniscient because they need to know all the facts of the case. 2, they need to be able to impose a punishment on individuals. So they need to be omnipotent. They need to have the power to impose the judgment after this world. So they need to have that power, that omnipotent power, okay? That's the second one. And third, they need to be a good and just entity. Because if they are a malevolent entity, the power and the knowledge isn't good enough. You know, we have people that have power and knowledge and are malevolent, and the action isn't just. So they need to be omni-good or omni-benevolent. Just so happens that's the Judeo-Christian God they're speaking of. Omnipotent, all-powerful, omniscient, all-knowing, and all-good in order for justice to exist. Now, why am I saying this? Because Kant, in order to create a universal morality, had to start with, if morality is to exist, it needs to look like this. If justice is to exist, it needs to look like this. There needs to be a fundamental will that is good in its inception. Because all the virtues and all your actions, if they don't come from good intention, they easily become immoral. And I think that's what we have here. We have an arrow awakening. The arrow is Sephiroth, created to be a sword, in my example, an arrow. And he looks back, and instead of seeing the goodness that is Shinra, the electric company, this company that provides power to individuals with this kind of duty, and the greatness that he became there, he looks back and he sees a researcher who was overstepping his moral bounds outside of his moral bounds and is just lusting for power in his creation. So now he's seeking a new purpose. Also, at the same time, it just so happens that during this time, the entire world and his entire existence, the existence he thought he had, is now gone. It's destroyed. It's like a woman who has been cheated on her entire life by her husband of 20 years, all of a sudden finds that her husband is cheating. This is like the Robert Nozick experience machine example here. This individual finds out that their husband's been cheating. All of a sudden, the last 20 years are an absolute illusion. When she was with this individual and they were having dinner, what she thought was an intimate affair of dinner was actually him trying to hide another life. When they would go out and they would go on family trips or whatever they may be, the individual she thought that was sharing that adventure is no longer the same individual. Her entire world has been destroyed. And it's like Robert Nozick will ask, well, do you move forward with truth, or do you move forward with pleasure knowing it's an illusion, you know? So it's a tough question. I have some students who are very honest say, I may not want to know. After 20 years, I might want to remain ignorant. Well, when you're a being like Sephiroth and you're that high in the hierarchy, you don't get to live with the illusion. No, you have to find another purpose now. And then what takes place of this purpose? Well, we will come to see, right?
Or tried, at least.
Burn everything down.
What?
Loses faith in humanity, and now will punish anybody who gets in his way of trying to discover his new purpose. Bitter resentment, burning everything down. Humanity, there is no redemption in humanity anymore. It all must burn. This is like the French Revolution versus the American Revolution, you know? In the French Revolution, you had a bunch of individuals who just wanted to burn it all down. And people who had never had power before all of a sudden have power. And what do? Everybody is evil. Everybody's an enemy. Off with their heads, you know?
Hey, you! Get in there! The villagers need your help!
Is this the village? I felt like we went up, yeah. Oh, that's the heartbeat with the... Yep. I love it.
Let me through! My son's still in there!
I'm sorry, he's gone.
Mom.
Well, no, that's not my mom.
Is it true? Sephiroth did this? Oh, it was him, all right. And he's still here. So keep your eyes peeled. God. Get your head straight. I need you to secure the way out. Now.
Yes, sir.
Sephiroth? But why would he...
Bless you. No, you're okay. Jeez. Could have sped it up a little bit more, guys.
Hold on, Mom. I'm coming.
So then what? I gotta go around now? Oh, with how slow as I'm walking? Or can I cut through it? Oh, let me try to cut through it. No, I can't cut through it. Shucks. They're actually going to make me walk all the way around. Hobbling like this. He walked out there really calm from leaving a burning building. There is something just so tragic about the fall of a hero, though. It's so funny. Like, I get into these stories, you know? Oh.
Please be okay. Sephiroth.
Interesting.
Run away. You have to leave. You have to live.
Cloud's mother is going to be an interesting aspect to this.
Hang in there. You're gonna be okay. Don't worry. I got you. Come on. Let's get you up.
Ooh.
You monster! Here he is!
Yeah, okay.
You sick son of a bitch! That's far enough! Drop the sword!
You have a gun. Why do you gotta get that close? Just shoot him. See, saw him stab that or slash that guy? Yeah, shoot him. What are you waiting for?
Wait for me. I'm coming.
Sephiroth!
Needed to include this.
I followed Sephiroth all the way back to the reactor.
Dad and I had gone there to hide. When Sephiroth showed up, Dad decided that he was going to confront him. Dad! It was Sephiroth, wasn't it? He did this, didn't he? Sephiroth. Soldiers.
I hate them all.
Mako. Shinra. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of all of this!
Sephiroth's sword is down there, though?
Mother, I have come for you. Now open the way for me.
You murdered my dad! You burned my village!
Damn.
You promised you'd save me. If I was ever trapped or in trouble.
Make you a better person. Woman's love.
Here I am, your son. Mother, together we will reclaim our world, and I know exactly how we can do that. The Promised Land.
Sephiroth!
Mother, they have come again. The ones who robbed you of the planet. Your planet. But there's no need to be sad, Mother. Because I'm here for you. Now and forever.
Your paradise, right? They robbed you of your paradise.
You killed my mom. You killed Tifa. My village. My home.
They were mine by right. This planet too, for I have been chosen.
I believed in you. No. Not you! Whoever the hell you
That's the last thing I remember. The rest is a blank.
The hell it is? What happened?
It was all over the news. I remember watching it with my mom. They said he went missing during a training exercise. But then, the story changed. A couple days later, they started reporting that he was killed in action. Yeah, that was it.
The news outlets are nothing but Shinra mouthpieces spewing propaganda. Only dumbasses believe that shit.
Question. Does that make me a dumbass?
I didn't say that.
But by his reasoning.
Screw Shinra for manipulating honest folks.
It doesn't matter what they said back then. Sephiroth was in Midgard. We fought him. Whatever happened, he's alive.
To know about
messing with
alive
time,
so
too.
much as around?
Mm-hmm.
But why come back now? After 5 years, doing who knows what?
Because he wants to finish what he started. He wants to reclaim his birthright and rule over the planet with Jenova at his side.
After 5 years? Not to sound like a broken record, but it's really bothering me.
Well, what's bothering me is all this Jenova stuff.
Excuse me. Guess the travel or something really did a number on my back. Feels as stiff as a board.
Let me take a look. Wow. You weren't kidding, were you? Let's get you back to the room.
Yeah, let's just call it a night.
Aerith, knowing what to do.
Get us any closer to the truth.
Time
So
for
how
us all
about we
to
give our
take a
heads
nap
rest?
and rest. So after the ordeal we went through in Cloud's memory.
Oh, no, you don't. That bed's mine.
Sweet dreams.
See you tomorrow. Hey, Aerith? You awake?
Barely. Why?
Was wondering, what's Cloud been doing these past 5 years? Where's he been?
And you're asking me this?
Just had a feeling you'd know.
Probably did at one point. All that stuff was taken from me, though. Or maybe erased?
By whispers?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
Why what?
Cloud doesn't remember.
This is gonna sound crazy, but as far as I know, Cloud was never in Nibelheim 5 years ago.
There it is.
Cloud, you up?
And this is where we will end it. I think that's a great place to end it. We haven't finished chapter 1 yet, Fall of the Hero, but we're at it. We're already at 2 hours and 32 minutes. What I find fascinating about this is how much they kept. Just living through that again with the updated graphics and being able to play as Sephiroth was incredible. I hope you folks enjoyed the discussion, but I try to keep it still and philosophically relevant. But at the same time, I go where my mind goes as well. So have fun, everyone. Take care. And as usual, take some time with the classics because they will awaken that hidden dragon within all of you. See you next time.